And we are back. Hello to anybody who's watching this on YouTube. Hello to anybody who might be viewing this live. It is time for our session once again. So, where we last left off, unless one of you wants to end up giving the recap.
We fought a giant snake.
Did fight Big Snake.
Fix next time.
Died very well.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Oh yeah, let's not forget Frosted Pine.
fine.
Went into Barbarian Rage after using Bouncy and Rock.
Hell yeah.
Magical swords. Someone had to use the banish spell on me so I would stop attacking people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was Angry
It worked
Boy.
well.
Spicy things also happened with Ice Pod and Mantis.
Yes,
We will
they
not
did.
go into any further detail, but you can imagine.
There was a
Yeah,
couple
They
more
had a hot pepper
bruises.
thing, duh.
There was a couple more bruises on Isopod whenever he returned, but that's beside the point.
It's because the peppers were just way too spicy for him.
Oh,
Couldn't handle the capsaicin.
super.
Yeah, it was so bad that it bruised his outside.
Exactly. It burns him inside and out.
Damn. Internal
He's
bruising.
Yeah, he's having some pretty bad tummy rumblies now.
Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Something
Yeah,
got pounded on the inside.
I
Okay.
just almost tried to drink my microphone.
You know, I vibe with that. I would like to drink the input of sound.
After that, you ended up getting visited once more by the king, but via a sorcerer-type ghost who ended up kind of mediating it a little bit. He offered a deal, of which y'all said y'all would kind of think about it, but more than likely weren't going to take. At which point, y'all ended up resting for the night. And in the morning, Mango was gone, as was the couple of bangles that you had. Y'all went, found them, and found out exactly what the bangles did. At which point, you confiscated them back, thinking better probably not to use it, but maybe as some form of last-ditch effort, maybe, or something. You weren't entirely certain, but you hang on to it just in case. After which, you eventually all decided you were going to go over to the king, but you were taking the rest of the rebels at this point along with them. Which is kind of where we ended, here in front of the Emperor's mansion, as he is preparing his final things before leaving in order to head to y'all's continents. Most of the army has already been sent and already there at this point, as far as you're aware. He is kind of the last one remaining here. This is potentially either your last chance in order to fight him or to potentially make some form of deal. It's uncertain what you all have decided yet, but you have prepared for both occasions at this point, which is where we pick back up now. What is it that you do?
Well,
Yes.
there's a headless dragon on the roof, isn't there?
There is.
We should probably check that out.
Yes, you can't see it super well, but there is a headless dragon, and standing in front of the headless dragon is Sword.
Who does not
Or-
exist on my screen.
In my
No.
case, yes. Also,
I'm-
nothing.
I'm gonna have to do the kill. Sorry, Sword, you gotta die again. I know you've already died once.
Yeah,
More than
I'm gonna
once
bring her
at this
on.
point, man.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Standing on the balcony, but yes.
Yep,
Just
there we go.
On the railing, I mean.
Yeet, there we go.
Yay.
Yeah, seeing sword and the headless dragon, Frostpine is just going to snort and shake her head. And I know that we couldn't trust the king on. Once promised you to give the two of them back, since one of them is headless.
And it's kind of hard to give that back when, as far as I know, that dragon's head is in the bottom of the ocean.
Well, last time, I only created an entire notes section in in Discord, which has never been used once. Uh, um, the last thing that you remember was that the body was buried outside of the graveyard. However, whenever you returned, it was on fire, and the entire body itself was missing. You weren't sure if it was completely destroyed or if it had been moved prior or something. But that was the last thing that you remember.
Hmm. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Isopod
swap.
has flown up to the balcony.
Do the rest of you want to join, or kind of let Isopod on his own?
I certainly don't think Isabel being alone is a good idea. I also don't believe that
Good
Glimmer
idea.
would go up there.
Considering the last time he went off alone.
You know what? Good point. I'm gonna slam my head into the wall several times until I figure out how to fly again. There we go.
There you go.
I
It's
vibe
not
with that.
on. There it goes.
I fucking
Ooh.
vibe with that. Oh my gosh. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to swear.
That's fine. As long as it's not within, I think the rules are the first minute of YouTube, we're good. And at this point, we're 6 minutes in.
Ah, fair. I'd rather wait till 10 minutes in, but
That's fair.
fair enough.
Are you going to be joining Frostpine?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just a student here or something.
Mango will kind
I'm
of
also just a. Sorry.
yeah, Mango will kind of sit back along with Mantis.
Yeah, I will say that Isopod is kind of a little bit away, just out of arm's reach, in case Sword wants, well, not Sword, but like the body that Sword has tries to stab again. He's a little bit traumatized after the last time.
That's fair. Completely fair. So the three of you will kind of head up, and Sword will look up, and it seems actually kind of peaceful this time, Granted, she also did appear peaceful the last time, but she doesn't appear to be reaching for any weapons or anything like that. And as you eventually reach and get closer, you can see that the body itself appears to, not of Sword, but of the headless dragon, appears to be kind of decayed. It has withered somewhat. There is,
Can I make a Constitution saving throw?
if you would like, yes.
I will do that. I feel like it is necessary, actually, because that's hardcore.
Yeah.
Dirty 23.
You're perfectly fine. Yeah, it appears that this body was definitely buried for a short while, at least.
I'm used to the smell of death.
Sword.
Unfortunately, so is Glimmer.
Yay, suffering. Is Pine also used to the smell of death?
No, but she can handle the sight of something dead. Yes.
It's not just dead, it's like literally desecrated.
Yes, like
It's a half decayed body with the headless. Sorry. Ah.
Just frowning, just not disgusted by the sight of it, but just disgusted by the idea of desecrating a dragon's body this way. Like, oh, I'm going to dig it back up and bring it back to life after some time to be a slave.
Sword
Yeah,
will
pretty messed up.
look at the three of you as you're flying, but kind of focuses more on Isopod. I'm sorry. What happened? I wasn't exactly in control at that moment.
It's safe, right?
Yes, he doesn't want to attack you, at least until any sort of deal or the lack of happens. If you don't make any deal, though, I'm certain he'll probably want me to try and attack all of you again.
Yeah, okay. Icepod is gonna come over and just actually land in front of her. Land in front of her. There we go. go for hug.
She will very happily hug back. The headless dragon, where there would be eyes, kind of turns towards you as if it would be looking at you, but again, there's no head. So it's just a stump that
The non
vaguely kind of stares.
the non-gaze kind of makes Isopod tense up a little bit. He tightens his grip slightly on sword, kind of protectively, but he then lets her go.
It's not in full glory, but this is, or was, I should say, Effervescence's body. It's not uncommon to behead a disgraced dragon.
The real disgrace is bringing this dragon half decayed back. It's
Yeah,
he shuts up fast.
I'm
it's
going
okay.
to. Sorry.
Yeah, she was just saying it was okay. You're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a feature that I've never used with Glimmer yet, but I have a thing called Divine Sense that lets me detect undead within 60 feet of me.
Yes.
They are
Or-
both
Detect
considered.
undead.
Yeah, they are both considered
Well-
undead.
Well, hold on. Is it specifically undead? Let me check. Celestial Fiend or undead? Yes.
Yeah, you detect that they
So-
are both indeed undead.
That's obvious. I was more or less wanting to see if I could detect anything inside the building.
Not inside of the building, but I will say the book that you carry does count as well.
Oh, that's freaky.
That's gonna worry Glimmer a little bit.
No thank
Is
you,
the book
basically.
is the book's cover made from the skin of the former of that king?
No, it's
It was
not.
created before he died, so no.
That would
Yeah,
be
that's
Oh,
literally
right.
that
I
would be
forgot about that part.
that'd be funny though. It's oh no.
that's morbid.
so, so he dies. Someone finds his dead body, finds a book,
Might
replaces
as
the
well make a
cover
new
with
cover. Exactly.
Anyways,
I suppose at this point, Glimmer would probably. I don't know what she would do, honestly. She's just concerned. So, what do we do now then?
well, you could go inside and try and make a deal, though I would much prefer that the king die, though I can't stop you if that's what you want. It would likely be the easier route. And you do see that Sword kind of puts her hand to her chest a little bit before she ends up kind of looking back up at you, Isopod, and pulls out the kind of spike dagger, the one that she handed you whenever she died, and holds it back
Back up a
out
little
to
bit,
you.
like,
And you have that flashback in your mind where you remember the promise that you ended up making at that moment as she holds out the spike dagger to you again.
right before Icepod reapproaches, he jumps back a little bit at the sight of it, because, last time, he's a little bit messed up from that. Still. But
Yeah.
he does approach again, and he gingerly takes it from her and tucks it away.
She kind of gives you a little bit of a sad smile. Just remember, at least before you make any decisions, what it is that you promised. And slowly, as she says that, she ends up getting onto effervescence again. and they both begin to make their way down to the ground, ready to go inside.
Icepod stands there for a few seconds, closing his eyes. And then he follows with a little
Yeah.
swoop. A lot more graceful than that looked.
Yeah, we're not bothering with all
I
this.
think. Okay. I think we should bring some kind of. We should probably have our people gather closer to the actual building. The soldiery types, not the fragile types.
Yeah.
Not Mantis.
Meanwhile,
And not Mango, probably.
Mantis and Mango need to stay back in a safe area, surrounded by people that can protect them.
Yeah.
If
Especially
that is what you'd
after
like, stay back.
Isopod almost watched her die. What the hell am I seeing in this building? I'm gonna go away from the building because I'm afraid of what I just saw. I don't even know what I saw.
I don't know. All I
That's
know
fine.
is that there are two individuals hiding who are on every map.
Oh god.
Dear.
Oh god, I can't wait to find them all.
Because Frostbite is just going to lean in towards Sword and just
Yep.
quietly ask, can the Emperor hear anything through you or effervescence?
No.
Right. And just how much control do you have over yourself at the moment? Do you have to go inside? But if we don't have to, how far away would you be able to fly if things if things do end up having to get ugly? Like, how far could you fly away before then?
The moment his will changes to whatever it is that he wants, I am compelled to do. Right now, he has no immediate ill will towards you. It's a neutral state at the moment.
So how far away could you go if you wanted to?
Right now, I have to stay at least within a half mile of this mansion.
Fortunately, that checks out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Keep you close so that you can protect him.
He has a few guards inside. Most of his people are currently out here.
Well,
As Frostbite is just going to. Hey, would you? So, what would you want us to do?
Say it one more time.
What would
you're
you
talking
want
a
us to
little.
do, Sword? Like, I'm trying to make it be that she's just trying to speak
Yeah.
quietly. What would you want us to do?
I know what I want is revenge for everything that's happened, but I understand that matters are currently delicate, to say the least, especially with your own homes. And I can't put my own wants above everyone else's needs. But perhaps both could happen at some point at least.
Alright, so I would like to ask that you fly as far as you can away from the direction that we all came from. Because obviously there's no guarantee that things won't get violent.
Or potentially another direction entirely in case we have to go back that way.
She
Yes,
That's maybe the opposite of that direction.
she looks over to
Frostbite was
Ice.
asking her to fly in the opposite direction that we
Yeah.
came from.
Yeah.
Like
She
away
looks
from where.
she looks at
Oh,
everybody
sorry.
and kind of nods a small little bit. If all of you think that that would be for the best, I'll I'll go as far as I can, though I can't guarantee I'll be gone for that long.
How fast can he fly?
Well, not to be morbid, but effervescence has lost a lot of weight recently. It not very fast. Iron wings, at least from what I've seen of all of you, don't fly anywhere near as quickly as the lot of you. I could probably be gone for maybe a full minute until he wants me back.
Well, hopefully the holes in the wings help slow things down a bit. Yes, if any time that you can be away would be helpful if it comes to it.
Can you choose the way you come back, or must you take a straight path if he wants you?
I have to come back immediately.
Ah, then you would not be able to zigzag. That
Or
would slow you down
perhaps,
if you did.
or perhaps walk, if that's possible.
Yes, well,
Unfortunately, to walk
I
would like. Oops, sorry.
yeah, I'll head off. I'll
Stay safe.
I hope things go well, whatever it may be. And with that, she will take off.
Uh, you can hear Isopod kind of mutter under his breath. So do I.
Well, we'll be doing what we can do.
And we will.
So
Hello,
you
Elm.
you head inside.
We shouldn't be dawdling.
Yeah.
Let me-
And he goes. Oh, I can't see.
Oh.
There, I can see now. Holy crap.
Eyesight.
Eyesight 2020.
You head inside, and inside is a receptionist who also appears to have disappeared. Why do they keep disappearing?
Potion of invisibility for some reason.
I guess so. Everybody's just
It's
gone.
just
Classic DM issues. Why do I not have this prepped?
I wonder, is Godproof Dan visible? Most likely, you can't affect him.
I'm pretty sure the snow dragon also is not visible.
I have
I
both of
found
them
it.
visible. They are hiding on the map somewhere.
Yeah, I found one of them. I haven't found Godproof Dan yet, though.
Both of them are visible from the outside. I'll give you that much.
Oh, good to know.
Godproof Dan, he was so impressed by. He's an
I witnessed
undead.
the
I was
snow
so
dragon
impressed
attack,
by
yeah.
our battle with the snake that he's decided to join our side.
I
He's
don't
just
know.
invincible. Not much else is going on with that
Oh,
undead
I
bastard.
found Godproof Dan.
Ah, you found him. Good job.
Where is he?
Don't tell us.
I'll have to have you wait. Have you find him, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to me.
All right, we'll have to pull somebody. Who do I want? We'll get you. You look fancy, I guess.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go. The receptionist kind of stands there, and he gives the three of you a small bow. I see all of you have arrived. Good, good. The king was hoping that you would, although I can see through those doors. Not entirely friendly, or...
Not alone. Not necessarily unfriendly.
Very well. He is
Simply,
Insurance policy.
fair enough.
yes.
The king is
Wait a
currently
minute,
on...
insurance policy.
The king is on the third floor, currently in the study room, where he is trying to learn a bunch of magic. If you would follow
Learn.
me... Yes. If you would follow along with me, I shall take you to him, though I do have at least one stop to make before we get there.
Of course you do.
And what might that stop be?
Over by the dungeons, to allow the personal guard You met him, I'm sure, the one with the dragon who you fought with here last time, to let him know
Hmm.
that you have arrived.
I see.
Of course.
So, if you would follow me,
He's surrounded.
I will lead you up. And he begins
Very
heading
well.
towards. I grabbed your character. He starts heading towards the stairs.
Icepod got grabbed.
Whoop.
Ooh,
Ignore
hey,
that. I'm just trying to speed it up.
you ran away. No.
I ran up the stairs.
He
I'm just setting up ahead of time so I had to less movement.
Yep. But he heads over towards the doors and heads. Ah! I keep grabbing you on accident.
That's because I
Head-
keep being in his space, to be fair.
And he
Seems
stops
I'm
over
gonna have to grab
here.
Mouse and Elm afterward. Where am I? Why
Icepod,
am I on the next floor?
You just head down the stairs. You'll be fine.
Icepod, as soon as he sees
Everything's
this man
so
and his dragon
dark.
growls.
Yes. Are you
Oh,
lost?
also there's blood in the corner. Oh,
There
damn.
you go. You got it. Yes, there's some blood in the corner, and you notice every single one of these cages has somebody inside of it. They don't
Oh.
look like they're being taken care of very well. They look very malnourished. And they have all of the males separated from the females in here.
Interesting.
Icepod looks disgusted. Because they're
Glimmer
malnourished.
is
Oh my god.
Glimmer is just staring at some of the prisoners, trying to identify if they're just
It's
regular civilians or rebels.
Can someone else bring Moss and Elm up here because I cannot handle the
Yeah, I can't be
controls.
bothered to do it myself.
Here, I'll just spawn them in. They teleport.
Could I make a perception check to see if I recognize anybody here?
Absolutely. I know you also
Same here.
asked that, so you may also make one.
I hit a 15.
Excellent. Anyway, perception. 8.
8.
You
I
do
got
not
21.
You do not recognize anyone. However, the both of you do. You end up recognizing with your 15, if I remember correctly, you had that this one right here is one of the rebels that you had ended up originally, losing close to the beginning. However, Frostpine, you recognize also this one back here in the corner is also one of the rebels. You ended up actually originally thinking that she had died during your travels up to the Serpent's Peak. However, it appears that maybe she didn't die, or perhaps something else happened to her. She just kind of disappeared at one point while you were all traveling.
Hmm.
Isopod growl.
I suppose grow. But
Isopod growl.
the mage as well as his dragon end up both kind of looking at you. Oh, good. The Fantastic Three have returned. Are you here peacefully this time?
About as peacefully
Well-
as we can be, considering.
We'll see how things go. And Frostpine's just going to try and give Pride an intimidating glare. I rolled a 16.
It's a fairly impressive, intimidating glare. Pride kind of looks back at you, not exactly in fear, but definitely wary of you. While Corpse kind of looks at you, the human mage. Right, well, I see you're all here, so I guess that means you're here to at least talk to the king.
Seems like it.
Very well. Keep your distance, however. I shan't end up tolerating you getting too close.
Understandable.
And with that, the receptionist kind of steps behind them and opens up the door that will lead you guys to where you need to go, and begins heading up that way himself.
I go right through Fear, I guess.
Up these stairs, I assume. Yes.
Yep, up the stairs, and then the second set of stairs. I just need to... Actually, you know what? I'll just teleport them in. It's fine.
Or
And he keeps going as he begins heading up the next set of stairs.
Can I hit a sleight of hand check to see if I can snag some food real quick?
You just slip by and say, that looks like a nice watermelon.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
I got a 22, by the way.
I got a 12. I accidentally knock a melon off the table and just quickly pretend it wasn't me.
So,
How much stuff do I grab off of the 16 in sleight of hand?
there's pride. And where is corpse? Is corpse at the top? Yeah, corpse is at the top. There he is.
Can I roll a deception check to see if I can pretend it wasn't me and that it just fell?
You may, if you like.
21.
Just blame it on Frostbite. She's purposely knocking a few things off tables with her tail as she walks by.
Okay. Fair enough.
Isopod's like, yoink!
Let me go ahead.
Guys, I got a whole melon!
Let
He didn't
me-
say that part. It's just funny.
It's dark in here. Let me put a little bit more lighting for us so we could see.
Oh yes, mood lighting.
That's a big crystal.
Yeah. I won't touch it.
Yeah.
I didn't actually
I
mean to
would
do
not-
that.
No, don't actually touch the crystal, please.
I accidentally jumped on it. I did not mean to do that.
There we go. That'll help us to see just a little bit better.
Yay,
There's a
it's
cat
light.
that has stolen my entire arm.
The Jägermeister?
Yes.
Haha.
So they will both kind of stand in the way as the king is currently looking through his telescope out at the night sky. The attendant will kind of bow to the king. Emperor, the rabble rousers have arrived at this point in order to try and potentially discuss some things. They say they aren't here in order to fight, at least not immediately, currently.
If we have to, we will.
The king kind
That's
of...
assuming that we don't do that. You attack first, though. So, don't do that.
The king will turn to look at the three of you. Good, you're all here. Now then, are you here to accept the deal that I made? You want the island and the return of sword and effervescence?
Out of the corner of your eyes, you see Isopod's wings buzzing. In thought.
Well,
What?
I'm not one to betray my entire homeland, all of my people, or my queen. So if anyone else wants to take that deal, go ahead, but I won't stand for it.
They're already
Personally.
going.
And I'd rather
Yeah.
not. I'd rather not be a traitor.
Yes, I'd rather that you pull your forces back.
You guys heard him. He's not going to do that.
Yes, and it seems that he's not willing to actually try and meet with those who are actually in power to discuss things. But I suppose that's why we dragons always have queens that rule over us and not kings in charge.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well.
I'm sorry, just over the table. Vaguely sexist comments. Hello?
Role reversal, hello?
Frostbite is is purposely trying to be a bit of a bitch.
Hey, to be fair, everyone has their flaws.
Yeah,
You
fair.
know, I'm sick of this asshole. I am going to be a fucking bitch to him and his followers.
The king looks at the three of you. Well, that's two people down. He looks back over to Isopod. I understand that you were close to Source and Effervescence. You could have an entire life here.
I didn't know effervescence, but sword. Yes. I did know her.
It wouldn't make a difference if you
I don't
accepted the
belong
deal.
to. I don't belong to any kingdom, really.
Yeah, maybe you don't, but I do.
Yeah, you do. I would not be a traitor to either of my well, either of the kingdoms that my lineage comes from. For I am neither, yet I am both.
Can I take that then as an acceptance?
I would very carefully decide on your next words, Isopod. Very carefully.
Icepod's wings are still buzzing, as he thinks. He glances over at Glimmer and Frost, kind of glaring at them. Because, well,
Oddly,
he's not really been treated very well since the whole urge he felt in the graveyard by those two. Kind of treated like a traitor already, in his mind.
do you want to know something? This is me over the table. If he looks at Glimmer, he might notice that she doesn't seem angry, more hurt that this was even a thought that Isopod's having
But the thought of him
accepting
accepting,
this deal.
yeah. He turns to those two. You two have been treating me like some kind of traitor since that horrible urge. So, whether or not I accept the deal, would it really make any difference in your minds? I would probably still be a traitor regardless.
No, you wouldn't be. You'd be doing the right thing by saying no to this deal. Not just for yourself, but for everyone.
What happens in the graveyard was a decision I put. I could have ended very badly for a lot of us. But that is a moment that has passed. What matters now is your decision now. Your decision here and here.
Yet while I was hurt, you still beat me.
That is a shortcoming that I am.
I didn't. I didn't hurt you.
Yet you still treated me like a traitor.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe I have. But I don't think you are.
And you will if I accept that deal.
Yes. Because that is a betrayal, not just to everyone, but to me.
What makes it a betrayal to you?
Because despite all of this shit that's happened here, I still think you're a friend. Even if I
Saying
haven't
that quite
treated you like
ironic.
one. Yeah.
We never really to know each other. To become friends is to not do everything possible to treat someone as though they only meant to do harm.
I wanted to see you become more than someone that just wanted to do what they wanted and get out. And my view of how to get that through to you wasn't right, because I've only known how to push myself through things, by being and just pushing harder and harder. But obviously that isn't how I should have been with you. I still have a lot to going to do myself, and if you choose to take the deal, that is how you're going to choose a path that would give you the most time with those that you care about. And I cannot judge you for that. The only thing that I can judge you for is whether or not you put so many innocents
To
in a
death.
line of danger.
So many people are going to die. But so many more might be saved if you say no. And I know you might not care at this point. I don't know that for sure.
No. Isopod slowly walks over to the other two. Sometimes the right thing to do feels very wrong. At least in the moment.
Unfortunately for you, I don't agree with you there. At least not in this case. This is wrong.
You are so sure that what I pick, what I decide, is wrong if I accept?
Yeah.
The
If you
king
decide,
kind of interrupts all of you a little bit. This is fantastic and could end up being on a show, but we don't have all night.
Shut your mouth. This doesn't involve you.
Actually, this
You
has
can wait.
everything to do with me, as I'm the one making the deal here. He looks over to Isopod. You could end up staying here, as I'm leaving anyways. You would have your entire life, even your child's lives, and their child's lives, before eventually something will happen to this island. You have plenty of time to be able to possibly figure out whatever magic nonsense you think you can in order to try and fix the situation with the magic box, with the added benefits of sword and effervescence being there along your side. It's now
dude,
or never. Make your choice.
Pod looks over at Glimmer and Pine one more time to hear what they have to say. Although, from the look of his face, he seems to have made up his mind.
Isopod, please don't. You know it's wrong.
If you accept, then I will not judge. I will simply leave. But if you turn down the offer, then I am here. Then I am here with you.
No matter what. I think I'd like to at least hear what you think. What do you think is the right answer here?
There is no right answer. There's only trying. And right now, maybe we can prevent something horrible from happening. Maybe I could at least find a way to slow it down.
I have a much better idea.
Isopod raises a brow at Glimmer.
Why don't we figure it out together? Once we're done with this bastard.
Well, we'll need time to figure it out.
And we'll
Time
have
we
all the
don't
time
really
we
have
need.
right now.
We have plenty. It's not like everyone's gonna die overnight.
Russell just sort of rolls her shoulders and her wings and her wings. Well, I tried to do a lot of thinking, but I think at this point I need to accept that you two are better at that. So I suppose that
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I started laughing because of the delivery.
Yes,
Someone just okay.
Rossbone is just accepting, like, I better just start playing playing the part of playing the strong, the one that relies on Braun, because yeah, fuck it.
What are you going to do exactly? Glimmer's asking that.
Who?
To Pine, the one who is stepping forward slightly.
Oh,
Fine, jump scare.
Oh, I'm just being prepared.
Isopod sighs. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
She just stares down, pride, like with a stare that says, If I have to, I am tearing out your throats as soon as I can.
Without actually saying that out loud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it's just that
Okay.
sort of suggestive stare that's like,
Anger.
if things get violent, I am coming after you first.
Good to know. Back to
Isopod
Isopod.
sighs. Oh. He sighs. Both of you may as well leave now.
And let him go? Not a chance. She's gonna draw
All I
her weapon.
know,
Just gonna hold
all
it.
all I know is, either way, you aren't about to like what you hear.
I already know that. I just wanted to give you another chance.
Isopod finally looks back at the king. I'm gonna have to accept that deal. Against my better judgment. Against every fiber of my being, I'm gonna have to accept it.
You watch as the king holds his arm out. On it, you can end up seeing a ring on his finger. You can tell the gesture that he's wanting. He wants you to come and prostrate yourself in front of him to kiss the ring. As Corpse moves to the side to allow you. And I'm assuming you're heading forward.
Very slowly, but yes.
The stoop's
It's like
so
my
low.
body is fighting me.
Yeah. As you are slowly getting closer and closer, the memories slowly begin to make its way, into your head. The last time you were here, Mantis. He ended up having her practically as a pet. She was freed, and you were happy for just a brief moment as you were escaping before Sword fell. Not only that, but he basically is the one who ended up forcing Sword in order to attack you, of all people. Almost every single source of your pain so far has been his. And as you slowly and slowly get closer and closer, ready to kiss his ring, this is all the memories that go through your head. You are mere inches away from him, and the final memory that passes through your head is the promise that you made to Sword and the spike dagger that is in your hand. What do you do?
As I come very close to at least seeming like I'm about to finally kiss his ring, I stop. My wings are twitching, buzzing, tail tip twitching. Finally, I just suddenly, swiftly take the dagger and I stab at him with it.
Feel free to read the prompt that I ended up giving you earlier. And as Isopod stabs into the king's chest, absolutely with insane speed that you wouldn't end up expecting of somebody at all, especially one that the two of you had thought at this point had betrayed you. Isopod ends up turning and looking at the both of you as the king holds his chest and kind of looks up and then falls over dead.
Before we continue, can we just pause for a few moments? I had to just go do something. I'm very sorry. This always happens.
That's fine. It's a halfway decent point in order to pause before we end up getting the big moment.
Can I take a moment here and say something real quick?
Go for it.
Feel free.
If Isopod had gotten close to actually, if Isopod had actually started to do what the king wanted, I would have had Glimmer teleport in with Misty Step and kick both of them out of the way of each other.
Fair point.
She was not about to let that happen. That's partly why I asked for the Misty Steps earlier, just in case something happened that I had to get in the way.
It's a good thing that didn't happen then.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Now you have a Misty Step in your pocket.
I have
Heck
2
yeah.
actually.
Still in your pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just gotta wait until Frostpine ends up getting back, and then the big kind of reveal will end up happening.
Ooh.
You end up reading the simple prompt I sent you?
I sure did.
Perfect.
I'm gonna read it again though.
I'm about to have my world shattered, aren't I?
Possibly.
Cool. This cat is a perfect ball. Do you... It's great.
I'm gonna see the ball real quick. I'm gonna mute.
Okay. I'm gonna mute too.
That's fine. I'll talk to our audience who currently doesn't exist here on Twitch, but that's fine because maybe you're watching this on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. It's great to end up seeing you all here. I mean, I can't physically see you, but if you're typing in the comments and you've listened this far and I don't know, type something random. I don't know what I'm gonna have you type, but type something. You know what? Tell me who your favorite character is in all this. It could either be the main characters, or it could be one of the side NPCs if you like one of the side NPCs specifically. I hope you all have been enjoying this so far. We've enjoyed making it, even if nobody ends up really seeing or watching any of this. I know we all enjoy it. We just enjoy playing games with all of each other.
I am Liv.
Ah, you live good. I was just talking to our Twitch audience who doesn't exist and our potential YouTube audience if they end up watching this.
But yeah,
I too have returned.
we're gonna have to do a thing where we just send a full playlist of this to every fucking server we can.
Just
Gotcha.
send it out to everybody. It's like, go watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a cat that's curled up in a ball on my lap and has been a really really good source of warmth right now.
And emotional health, right? Emotional support.
Vaguely, yeah.
The other cat is just pancaked on the bed.
He flattens himself out every now and then, yeah. Oh, he's standing up. Why are you standing up? Are you gonna leave me?
Yes.
Nope. He just wants to turn around to stare at the screen.
Fair.
That's great.
It does have nice little shiny movie flames.
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes watching us play games.
And watching TV. It's great.
And watching TV, yeah.
That's
He's an
okay.
old guy,
He just likes
but he's
watching
doing
TV.
good.
Yeah.
We've gotten one of our cats addicted to watching cat TV. Our cat
Cat
will.
TV.
Our cats will quite literal. Well, our one cat in particular will end up demanding the TV. Literally jumps up onto our little coffee table we have over here and will start meowing at us, trying to get the cat
That's
TV
adorable.
until we end up putting on. The Birder King is the actual YouTube channel. The Birder King will end up, shout out to Birder King on YouTube. We'll post like hour-long videos of just birds flying in and out, or squirrels and other stuff.
That's so silly.
Yeah. My brother's cat, her name's Misty. She's like 16 and a half pounds or something now. And she's all muscle. Big ass cat. She loves watching like birds and stuff and like mice and stuff on someone's phone,
Mm,
and will just stare at it for forever. You put it on the giant TV they have up there, and she'd still watch it,
yep,
just sitting peacefully watching.
that's what we end up doing.
Yeah.
You back yet, Frostpine? Almost back?
Possibly
Mm,
nearly back.
nearly back, not
Still
quite
muted,
yet.
so no. I gotta say, an excellent twist
It's okay.
so far.
It's about to be another big one.
Yeah.
This entire session is just twist central, I guess.
Well, I might as well do this while we're waiting. Just and why not? We'll give a oh, get the little wiggle in there,
Surprise.
little twirl. Oh.
He
Little
does a little
twirl.
twirl before he dies. Skyrim death animation.
Skyrim definitely. No, that would be him ragdolling all around the room before finally resting behind Isopod.
Twirl, happy twirl.
Twirl, baby, twirl.
We'll give everybody their surprise emotes. Oh, oh,
Like literal. Oh wait, twirl.
oh, oh.
He's even surprised he did it.
Can you make this crystal over here do an emote?
Sadly, it's not a NPC. It's only the NPCs that
Oh.
could do the emotes.
No.
Although
Twirl.
if I was
Surprise.
to do something like that, I could. Oh, he's gone. Hang on. There we go. I could try and shove him into the crystal in some way, maybe.
Oh my god. Shove him right behind the crystal.
I'll put him behind the crystal. Yeah, that'll work. Then the crystal can end up going like, ew. And then I can.
He disappeared.
Hey. Oh.
This is an interesting set of circumstances that's probably going to result in a great deal of combat.
Oh, it's definitely going to result in something.
Something's gonna happen, that's for sure.
Turns out this whole building wasn't real. I'm kidding.
It was all an illusion.
It was all
In
just
fact,
a
even the king was
dream.
an illusion.
It was
Yeah.
just a
It was all a dream.
the worst of all of the tropes. I hate those tropes so much. It's like, no, that means nothing mattered.
Not only was everything a dream, it was a dream brought on by a coma. It was a coma dream.
There's only one, in my opinion, one show that has ever kind of successfully pulled that off. Which, spoilers to everybody for, one of the shows. If you don't want to hear it, mute me here temporarily for probably about like 10 seconds. But the show Lost, the ending of that. That's like the only show I think has ever successfully pulled it off.
Fair
I
enough.
think I heard a lot of theories that Lost was like took place in purgatory or something.
Yeah, it was basically like the final moments of one of the characters. That's basically what it was. It was kind of like the life that would have kind of been lived out, more or less.
Oh my god, I just realized this cat is pressed up against me and there's a giant flabby bit just sticking up.
Be nice to him.
He actually has a little bit of flab. That's cute. I didn't know that. He's all skin and bones.
Yep. Frostpine, you almost back?
You say yes.
No, still muted.
Oh, so
Damn.
sad. I know you're just bursting at the seams to get this out.
I'm very excited.
I am
harassing
too.
this cat while we wait.
Yeah, this is the second to last session, more than likely. If it goes a certain way, it could probably last another 2 sessions. But this is the second to last one, more than likely, for campaign 1.
How do you like, just as a quick check-in, how do you guys think I've been handling Glimmer this session?
Oh, I have been loving it.
I've certainly been loving Glimmer myself.
Wonderful. We should do like a what's people's favorite moments thing for like in the comments and stuff
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
whole campaign.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I asked them earlier for anybody who might
Oh
be
yeah.
watching on YouTube, who your favorite character is, whether it's main character or side character, to throw it in the comments. But we could do that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Me personally, Godproof Dan is my favorite character. I'm kidding.
Godproof Dan. I
Yep,
know
Godproof
you.
Dan.
I know you've said you found the snow dragon. Did you
I
find
did find
Godproof
Godproof
Dan?
Dan.
You did find Godproof. Okay, so you found both. Good job.
He's chilling on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good thing Frost isn't here to hear that one.
Yeah. Yes, it is indeed. I will say, Godproof Dan is probably my favorite side character.
Returned. I'm very sorry about all that.
Ah, you're
All
back.
As
good.
you may,
Good.
You're good.
as you
All
may
right.
recall, it is only just past 6 p.m. over here.
Yep.
Mm.
Since we're a little bit family, when dinner's
I
ready,
gotcha.
dinner's ready.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
gotcha.
fine. It's fair. Oh, excuse me.
Alrighty. So, continuing where we left off, you watch as the king falls over and dies. And then Isopod kind of stands there for a little bit before slowly kind of turning around and looks at all of you. Go ahead.
The hidden dagger is deadlier than any dragon out in the open.
Oh, I certainly had no doubts that you'd do something. You either make the right choice and not take the deal, or you had something planned. And as for you two, she Frostbite looks towards Pride and Corpse. The two of you aren't going to try to cause any issues over this, are you?
You
Especially considering that you're especially considering that it's the three of us and then the two of you.
you hear Corpse say, "Is there anything that you wish for me to do, my king?" Isopod, you end up looking at two people who are currently in your way. And they definitely, you know, are quote unquote friends, but at this point, they definitely are either on your side or they're not. What is your command?
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Does I supposed to say that? Say that, or is that
No.
out of character?
That's over the table.
Yeah.
Well, can I have Glimmer say something?
You may.
I didn't expect that to go the way that it did, but you made the right choice.
You doubted me.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. It's not like I knew what you were going to do.
I knew that you still had that promise to Sword, and I really do think that you have grown quite a bit since everything. Though I doubt what I did before was much of a help. I doubt the way I did before really helped matters.
We should. What do we do here? What do
Corpse
we do from here?
Corpse kind of looks over to you, Isopod. My king.
Continue the plan.
Well, what?
Corpse nods and takes a step closer. You heard the king. I think it's time for you to leave.
What are you talking about? Isopod, what do you mean?
You hear
Leave.
the sound of wings as it ends up flying up above and starts to try and rip apart a piece of the roof. And eventually the headless head of one of the dragons ends up poking in, and dropping down from the open piece of the roof comes Sword. Isopod, what are your current real feelings as we ended up discussing prior? You are now in control of.
Or, what exactly happened that got to this point? Why did this happen? How?
Can I roll an insight check?
You may indeed.
You may.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Flying dice.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
Oh no. It sounds like two bad rolls.
Really bad.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
As we had discussed prior, Isopod, you are now in control of a certain character, and you have lost certain controls. Sword is now in the room.
I. What do I get with an 8?
With an 8, you feel betrayed, but you are confused as it doesn't seem right. What does Sword wish to say?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Over the table. I'm like, over table. Oh no!
You weren't expecting us to roll this badly, were you, Athena?
I wasn't. I was hoping at least one of you would pass. Can we make them roll again?
Yeah, like please let me roll again, because yesterday I had gone like 2 natural ones in a row in Baldur's Gate 3. My rolls have
This
been garbage lately.
this is quote unquote your friend. I'll give you both advantage. However, as you now have control of Sword, you have potential information you're able to use via Sword.
I'm slipping away.
I have another roll to make. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
However, I think I'd like to cast Bless on myself beforehand, if that's possible.
Do you have, no, I don't think Bless is going to help you here, as it's for attack rolls and whatnot.
Attack rolls and saving throws. Right. You're right. You're right. All right. Here I go.
I'm afraid.
I'm not gonna look. Just tell me what I roll.
Bad.
Did I roll less than an 8?
Yes.
Sleeping with advantage.
Well, I
I
guess
ended up
I'm
getting
killing ice. I'm kidding.
sleeping with advantage.
No.
Then it rolls poorly, and I get a 1 and a 2. Even with a
Well,
even with the 6 on insight, that's only an 8. Only an 8. Like, I swear to God.
I got nothing. I got nothing. I have nothing. This is like the worst possible time to be rolling poorly 4 times in a row. Oh my god.
Oh,
Mm, mm, 6.
I'm gonna
I mean-
cry. This is so
I
bad.
just mean,
I'm gonna.
there's no way that it continues to be so low. So low.
I'm gonna have Glimmer look over its sword and ask, "What is going on? What?" Then back to Isopod. What is happening right now? What are you doing?
Sword pipes up. I can't control myself. Run!
I don't think so. I'm not running. I am going to, on a whim, looking back on everything that I do know, does this at all feel like something that Isopod would do? I really don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
Even with a
feel,
poor ass insight roll like
yeah.
that.
With your 8, you feel betrayed, but it's not. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like Isopod.
I am going to need to get close to do this.
No,
I'm gonna-
please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't. Run.
This is
I'm
coming.
gonna
This
run
is coming
straight
out of
up.
sword still.
I know. I'm going to run straight up and just grab, like, have Glimmer grab his shoulder and then cast Remove Curse. Just on a whim. See what happens.
Okay. If I am not mistaken, I believe Isopod, you have a counterspell in your arsenal, don't you?
Yes.
Isopod uses counterspell.
And
Oh,
I,
no.
as a reaction, immediately use Counterspell myself.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
Does Isopod
So-
counterspell the counterspell?
You need another reaction to do that, I think.
You do,
But-
yes. However, corpse standing next to you is the mage, and he will end up counterspelling your counterspell.
Can I counterspell the counterspell to counterspell by swiping at corpse?
Dear
Distract him.
Potentially to try. Okay, wait a minute. So, 3rd level spell. Hold on.
getting out of hand.
Okay, yeah, that's a 3rd level spell. I can't do it. Okay, unless the attack thing works, then I guess we're screwed.
Sushi.
The attack? What attack?
I was saying, can I counterspell the counterspell to the counterspell?
Oh,
Can I?
I don't think you have access to counterspell is the issue.
No, it's like, can I do so by
Attacking?
swiping at corpse to distract him?
Unfortunately, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You end
shit.
up seeing corpse kind of, looking at
Hold
you.
on.
You're touching our king.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
May I have Isopod doing one last thing?
What would you like Isopod to do?
He is snarling at Glimmer for touching him. Looking at her like trash.
There is literally nothing else that I can do here. Literally nothing. Like, I can cast another spell, but I think I'm gonna get countered again twice. I can only wait, no, I can't even do that. If I get countered once, I'm just out of spell slots. Fuck.
Isopod, besides growling at you, kind of pushes you away a little bit. And
What?
Corpse kind of looks over at you. Do you want me to take care of this, my king? Or
Don't.
he did try to cast some
What?
form of spell on you, whatever it was.
He did.
She did.
But I'm willing to give both of them one more chance to walk away before something that at least one of us will regret happens.
And who is that speaking at the moment? The king or Isopod?
Isopod is our king.
The king before is dead. That much is obvious.
Then why the
I'm the one
sudden
who
change
killed
in?
him.
Then why the sudden change in? Then why is sword telling story? Why are you suddenly taking so much power? I was putting my faith in you, so explain.
Perhaps Sword might explain a little better.
I did ask what's happening and never got a good answer, so.
Yep.
True.
Sword, is there anything at all you can say other than telling me to run? 'Cause I'm not running.
Isn't safe here.
What's happening?
Uh, the, the, the king must have taken control.
I know this isn't a good time, but Moss, I'm gonna try this again. Do you think you can help me?
Moss kind of steps forward a little bit, and Isopod appears to be getting very frustrated at this point, and seems
At
to
this,
be about to
okay.
lose their temper.
I'm going to quickly Misty Step behind as a bonus action, and with an action, cast a spell, the same spell I did before. It might not do anything, but I'm gonna try it. Remove curse, let's go.
Okay. I will say that before you end up Misty Stepping, he would try and counter any spell that you cast, so he doesn't realize you're casting Misty Step, which would have been, the one he wouldn't want to stop, and he'd rather stop the remove curse. However, as he is going to stop whatever spell you cast, he doesn't know which one it is, so he stops that one. But that still leaves you free for the remove curse, which he cannot end up countering at this point.
Okay.
But that
That
would
should
be
just
Isopod trying to
okay.
counter it, but then Moss will try and counterspell that one, which
Okay.
means that your remove curse does go off.
Okay, so I'll just barrel forward and just touch anything, any part of Isopod that I can to cast remove curse.
You do so. And as far as you can tell, it doesn't appear like anything has changed, as Isopod is still looking at you with a dirty look.
What? No. That's not. Nothing. I'm gonna back off.
Isopod, your temper has been pretty much set off at this point. Twice a spell has been cast at you, and it looks like it went off as far as you could tell.
Fine, what do we do here?
Well,
I'm gonna let you.
Well, if things didn't work, I suggest knocking him out, so we can figure this out later. Because I'm not letting that bastard king have control over us.
I don't know if that's gonna work. Anyway, back to you. You can talk now.
What now?
You can talk now.
Oh, okay. Isopod's glare has gotten worse. More angry. You've really crossed a line there. But then Sword pipes up again. We need to go. Now.
You can't go anywhere, Sword. If this is what I think is happening, you're against us too, whether you want to be or not.
You never listen. Neither of you ever listen to me.
Glimmer, you may go ahead and roll another insight check if you like. You may also
Very
do
well.
so as well if you like Frostpine.
Let's see if this actually works.
I believe in
got
you.
a 19!
Yay!
Yep. And you
That is
still have
a-
advantage for unspecified
27.
reasons.
Right.
Still a 19 on that one.
Yeah, I still got a 19 here.
7 plus 6, so that would be 13.
What do you mean it's...
It's not bad. That's actually enough.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, thank God.
both of you recognize that way of speaking. That sounds more like isopod.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Frostpine is just going to grab quote unquote sword, freshly grabbed moss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab Elm and just go through the wall. I'm kidding. I'm gonna go through the hole in the wall and get out of here.
Apparently
Yeah.
so.
Go through the ceiling. I got you.
Yeah, just get me out of here.
Here, I'm just gonna
Make sure...
put you both on the roof.
Yeah,
Remember
fucking
this,
Glimmer
Jordan?
is just slamming into the wall like a fly in a window.
Yep, fair enough.
And moss.
The Glimmer also
And
grabbed
sword.
Elm.
There you go. Yep. All of you are now standing outside.
You're not Sword anymore, are you?
Sword is in here. But it is me, Isopod, talking right now. I don't know how this happened. Not really a fan of it, being a human and all.
I don't know how much I can do at this point. What's happening?
I don't exactly know. Some kind of magic. My head hurts.
That might have been his plan the whole time. Are you gonna turn on us at some point, whether you want to or not?
I don't think so. As
Just
far as
in
I
case.
can tell. I don't know what I would. I don't think that I feel like attacking anyone or like there's anyone else here other than me and Sword. It's awful.
We need to get
I
out
feel
of
so
here.
tiny.
I don't know. Other than Mango, we need to see Mango.
Yeah.
She's just gonna fly off.
It's not a bad idea to leave at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, just gonna fly off with people being carried. Is this headless dragon still around?
Yes, it is following. Specifically, sword.
Hey, Mango. We have some sort of body swapping thing happening. Hello. Hi.
Wouldn't really call it a body swapping thing, but it's about as best you can call it, I suppose.
Alright,
Just be grateful you didn't wind up in the corpse.
Mango, what happened is that the ice pod made the king think that he was going to take the deal. At the very last moment, he stabbed the king with sword's dagger.
I thought it would fix
And now-
things.
And now, the king seems to be in Isopod's body, and Isopod is sharing a body with sword.
What? He looks confused.
What do we do? Glimmer looks like she's on the verge of crying.
I don't know. If I get a little bit of time to think, maybe. But I don't know.
I just realized I don't think he's going to need you anymore. He's an animus dragon now. Oh no.
That's not good.
Oh no.
Okay, so over the table real quick. So, who had the book again?
I do. I have book.
Okay, good.
You guys don't know I have book.
Mm-hmm.
I am the only one that knows that I have book, I
Yep.
believe. Right?
Currently, yep.
Cool.
Frostbite just going to slam her table, either her tail on the ground, growling. I hate that I had to suggest this, but I think that we're running out of options. We need to discuss things with that darned book.
I'm starting to think we never had any options but that book to begin with. I'm gonna go over the table here and assume that no matter what wound up being chosen, that the swap would have happened, right?
It's where I assumed it was going. I will say this. That was what I was expecting based on how the story has fully gone so far. However, there was a potential that it could have happened to one of you two instead. With that being said, though, it was very unlikely, at least with how things have been going so far. So I didn't discuss it with either of you, and I only discussed it with Isopod.
That's fine. I wasn't looking. I was honestly, I was just curious to see, like, that was his goal the entire time, wasn't it?
No.
No? Or even for this short bit? Okay.
No, that was not what the king himself wanted. However, with that being said, it is what somebody wanted. But you'll have to figure that out.
We're gonna start moving, and as we're moving on the ground and stuff, just going with our people, backing away enough that we're not in an immediate threatening range from this entire fortress over here. And as we're going, Glimmer's gonna pull the book out.
Where would you like to head as you're walking?
What's the nearest location we think is safe enough?
The absolute closest place to here is closer towards where your boat was that you first arrived.
Then we'll go there.
Okay.
Might as well. Let's go full circle with it.
Let me pull you guys.
God, last time we left here, we lost something amazingly important. And here we are, losing something important.
Sounds about right.
Wait a minute. Why are you the skull that's in the mountain?
I don't
am
know.
the mountain.
I am the mountain. Where did I leave the boat? The boat is somewhere this way. I need to find the boat.
Is the boat
There's
still
the boat.
here?
Yeah, it's a lot farther away. I'll ping it. Boop, 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 boop.
No, I know it's there. I just it's still in the
No,
docks area.
no,
No?
it's actually gone, but I haven't deleted the boat because that's a lot of work.
I found
Fair.
boat.
Where are we at?
Uh,
Ourselves.
What'd you think?
we will put you guys back towards the mountain area where you ended up first getting mango over here. That's where I will put you.
That's where I
Oh.
already was. Why were you painting the boat?
Oh, because I was just letting you guys know the boat was here.
Still there.
That's actually
Elm,
right near the fucking beginning. Are you kidding me?
Frostpine,
That's hilarious.
Glimmer,
Lim Glam. It's me.
Headless, Mango, Mantis, Moss, and Sword. There you guys are.
Oh boy.
I haven't watched it much, but what
I don't understand what just happened, to be honest with you.
don't get into it like everybody else.
Sword sit on rock.
You've at least seen Friends once, right, Mom? Oh, I've seen quite a few episodes.
Sword Sapod.
No.
Episodes.
I don't understand what happened either. Last thing I remember,
I've never watched
I was, you know, I felt the king, well, yeah, the previous king's blood on my talons, and now I'm not me.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Glimmer pull the book out at this point. I brought it with me.
Thank you for the warning.
I thought maybe we could.
You
I
what?
thought maybe we would need it. I don't know.
Don't mind Frostbite. She's evidently very angry and just angry and confused, and she's just destroying stuff over here.
Yeah,
that sounds about
just
right.
destroying
Is the
some
guy
of the
that's still
tents
guarding
and
the door
barricades.
just chilling over there, still watching this happen?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Frostbite's just going to glare at him as if he's the next thing that she's going to run.
Oh.
So, Mango, what do we do?
Mango thinks a little bit. Have you pulled the book out or?
Out. I'm showing it to people, but it's still closed.
Okay. He is somewhat, kind of reluctant and whatnot, just seeing the book, but otherwise, I don't know how he would have done this or something.
Is it possible that by opening the book we did something?
Maybe. I'm not sure though. I don't know what could have happened just by opening it. At least the
Well,
thing isn't out from it. I don't think. Is it?
I don't think.
We didn't agree to allow that. At the very least.
Then it's not doing it. I don't think, at least.
But you're not for
Could it-
certain.
Anything could happen with him.
Have you ever mentioned that I really don't like magic that I don't know?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, honestly. That's why I was given a way to disable other people's magic temporarily.
Oh, so you were going to just completely disable my magic?
I was going to remove whatever was, might have been causing that, but it didn't work, as you saw. So I don't know what level of magic that is, but it's not something I can mess with.
Well, it also wasn't me,
I figured
considering
that
I'm in
much.
here, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm assuming you don't have any form of your magic anymore.
I can try.
Might as well.
What do I try to do?
Well, you look down at hands that seem almost expertly trained at using the sword, at fighting hand to hand and whatnot. And you extend your hand and what are some of the cantrips that you have? Let's do a basic cantrip.
I have Mage Hand, Mending, Poison Spray, Minor Illusion, Acid Splash, and Prestidigitation.
Let's
That
do a
prestidigitation.
Hmm. Basic illusion then. What would you like to make if your magic works?
I guess a flaming sword because it's an illusion.
You reach out your hands and you try to end up making a illusionary flaming sword that's floating in the air, and sure enough, it does appear there. Even though Sword herself is not a animus dragon, it appears that you still are able to end up casting your spells. Although at the same time, with your hand gripping on the sword that you have by your side, you also feel like you have all of the memories of that as a fighter as well right now.
Interesting.
So your
I
magic
really do still have
works,
at least some of
but
it.
also in your body he was using magic too.
Yeah, that
That's
is odd.
maybe it's split between the both of you?
Well, as far as I'm aware, at least from what I've heard, animus magic is a physical thing too. As much as it is mind, it is body.
Well, I don't know if I like saying this, but as far as I'm aware, I don't know if it's possible to continue the way we wanted to.
I agree. I do not want to stay in the body of Sword. I did not want to be this close to her. But
Well,
here I am.
fair enough. But I think, as much as it pains me to say it, I don't think there's any other way we can handle this with my magic. I'm out of ideas. I'm not touching this book
Frostpine,
until.
you've been quiet for a little bit. Frostpine, do you have anything in particular?
Oh, I was waiting for an opportunity to say that Frostbite comes back up. She's just breathing heavily with what seems like cold hair seeping out the corners of her mouth. She looks around at everyone, still clearly very, very angry, but trying to contain it. Looks at the book. If no one else thinks of a plan in the next day, we are taking advice from the book. Because I can't think of anything else.
I don't think we have even a day. What?
So, you remember those bangles, right?
You had them, didn't you?
Yes.
This is why you should have given them to me. Because
Who
then at
would
least
have seen him? Who would have seen him taking over my body coming? Come on.
yes, I'm sorry.
I think, I think your original body might wind up dying
It's at this
before.
point.
What if we trick? Oh no, my original body gone. I don't want to be a scavenger for the rest of my life.
Let alone an undead one. Anyway, Sushi was
Yeah,
gonna say
that's.
something.
Oops, sorry.
You're fine. It's at this point, Sword. I would like you to go ahead and take out half of your magic pool.
Half of my magic pool.
Yep, as you feel spells being cast.
Oh, that's not good.
What's going on?
I think the old king is using my body to cast spells.
You have come to the
Could-
downside. You share magic pools.
Can I take a moment? I'm gonna mute real quick, and I'll be right back. And I want you to do the same thing, Athena.
Alrighty, will do.
Be right back.
Just gotta go and scream real quick, that's all.
Frostbite is 100% out of ideas, and she doesn't know what else to do. Her strength isn't enough. She's probably going to try taking the book when she gets a chance, because I need something more.
You need answers.
I am back. Okay. Glimmer is going to restroom.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah. Glimmer had to go scream in frustration.
That's
Yeah.
understandable. You were this
Yeah,
close, and it seems like it was taken away from you.
Yep. Excuse me. I feel incredibly thankful at the moment. Oh yeah, and my current spell pool, magic pool, is down to 20 out of 47 because my body cast counterspell, which was a leveled spell.
Yep.
Like twice. So that's fun.
Just so you know, Frostbite is going to try and get the book, because she is at a point where
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome
The
back.
return of Glimmer.
Yes.
Yep.
What was discussed while I was gone?
Basically just talking about how much magic is left that isopod, or sword in this case, has remaining for the day.
Yep,
Okay.
and Frostbite is starting to get desperate, so she is definitely going to look towards just accepting the help of the book.
Yes. Well, I have had a realization, and I talked to a real life person about it. The real life person I have spoken to, please, in fact, relay the information.
Wish spell. I have yet to use that. Finally. This is an emergency situation.
You've had wish spell this entire goddamn time?
Oh,
yeah.
we're getting to use the wish spell. Okay, please tell me what you're using your wish spell for.
To completely undo the body swapping shenanigans. Although Isopod has, like, keep everything except the body swapping thing and stuff that has related to that, basically.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain that
Basically undo whatever happened.
after the death of the king.
Okay. So let's see how best I can enact this.
Oh,
Because
are you
I'm
telling
not,
me that?
because I'm not gonna end up, BSing like DM stuff. No, I'm trying to think of the best way that I can enact this that's not gonna at least break the story. Let's see. How can I?
To be honest, if it wouldn't work at all for the story, like, you
No,
can just say no.
I'll probably alter it ever so slightly, but no, I can. Okay, so the best thing that I think I could probably do in order to make this work is Isopod, you can have your original body. However, at the exact same time, it's going to be Sword that is going to be kind of in that position now. Is that something that you're willing to accept? So basically, instead of kind of doing the whole body swap thing where you're Sword now and Isopod is kind of like off on their own, you would have your own body, but you're basically kind of swapping positions with Sword at this point. Where, Sword is going to be now, quote unquote, the king, and you are over here.
Oh no.
Would you end up accepting that? Because that's kind of about the best way I can end up enacting what you wish for.
Well, I think it'd be important to get Sword's opinion.
Yeah, it would.
Well, Sword is also there. So you
Yes.
could end up, asking Sword.
Yes, that's what I was implying.
Alright, so if I'm understanding this correctly, Isopod is now back in his original body, but the
Not
soul and
necessarily.
mind of Sword is also in that body. But
What?
the
What
king is
what?
now in the undead Sword's body.
Wait, stop. Back up. What are you talking about?
So
I'm just trying to understand what's
the
going on
wish,
now.
yeah, the wish hasn't been made quite yet. They're gonna talk with Sword. They just have to ask Sword first.
What would the
Yeah.
outcome be is the question, and the answer is, I think, as far as I understand it, that we're gonna have
Isopod in his body, and then Sword still in her body, but in the position Isopod is currently in.
like in the exact physical location.
More or less, Sword is quote unquote the king, and Isopod is here.
That would also turn the dragon against us, wouldn't it?
Unfortunately, it sounds like it.
Well, let's see what Sword says.
Yeah.
Well, coming out of the same mouth, still the same voice and everything, Sword ends up kind of saying, I don't know if that in particular would be any better. I've already died once, I suppose, and don't necessarily end up deserving another life, especially one that I would end up causing so much pain and death. I would
Glimmer is
prefer,
gonna.
I
Go
prefer
ahead,
not
sorry.
to be an evil king, or queen in this matter, I suppose.
Well, it is technically better in that we're taking away a significant amount of magical power from someone who does not need more power. And the sooner we do, the sooner that he doesn't get to use it himself.
Would it, though? We're still connected, aren't we? Even if we were to swap.
Wait, what? Like over the table? What? What do you mean?
Don't know anymore.
I don't even. I'm completely lost at this point.
Over the table, giving you some information that you're currently lacking. Sword is still there. More or less, the mind of Isopod is in Sword. Not really,
Yeah.
though. Basically, what has currently happened is the will of Isopod is what is currently controlling Sword. Because if you remember, Sword has to do whatever the will of the current king is. And the current will
Okay.
is to help you guys. However, Isopod is not in control of their physical body right now. Even
So if
if
we
it was
put
to end up swapping, it's based on the will of what is
okay,
wanted.
okay. So what I'm getting is doing this does nothing.
You'd get your body
To
back at the very least, but yeah,
I don't understand where the connection actually is though.
it's
Because as far as what I understood, it was because of being in control of Isopod's body that there was any form of magic whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not understanding how if the king
Because
gets kicked out of Icepod's body, he still has access to Icepod's magic.
you're basically body swapping, but overall you're just swapping the physical bodies themselves. Isopod and Sword still have the physical connection that they have between each other. And it's the physical connection that is allowing the ability, because otherwise Sword right now wouldn't even have magic. It's basically the fact that their minds are kind of in each other right now.
Well, definitely took the drastic measure with the wish spell and took away Icepod's magic entirely.
If Isopod would want to end up cutting off their magic entirely, that would completely cut off all the magic.
Yes, because part of the issue is that the king is now not only in a draconic body, but has access to animus magic.
that's the biggest problem for me, honestly.
Yeah, the wish spell
The
could.
whole point of bringing up the wish spell was to stop the access to magic whatsoever.
Yeah, so
Could I cut in real quick?
Sure.
yes.
Perhaps as part of the wish spell thing, I could ask that the connection be cut off. It's worth a ask, right?
Yeah, you would want to specifically cut off the king from being able to use the magic, just you alone? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
That would end up working.
Would
You
the
as
body swap would it go back?
Sword would then be able to end up using the magic, while the king would be unable to use the magic. But it's going to be, the body swap or the magic thing. You won't be able to ask for
Okay.
both.
Fair enough.
I think at least one major step would be stopping the king from having access to magic, because that's a tremendous amount of power that I don't want to have to deal with.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to just cut off the connection so that only I can use that magic. That's my wish spell.
All right. That is officially stamped in. That is your wish to make it so that way the king is unable to use it, correct?
Correct.
All right. I just wanted to be doubly sure before we use up your one wish.
Yep.
Actually, could I ask one more thing before we officially push it in?
What would you like?
What if we instead said that the king is unable to use any form of magic whatsoever?
Would that include commanding magical beings from casting it?
I don't think it would stop him from using other people casting magic, but he wouldn't be able to end up making any more magic happen at this point.
Yeah.
What if we just cut him off from magic entirely?
So, in other words,
Well,
he
that's what I
wouldn't
said.
be.
Literally-
Yeah. So, in other words, he couldn't use
but
mango, for
to the
instance.
degree where he cannot interact with magic at all.
I think it's too complicated.
Yeah, that
And
one's
we
a,
kind of just went over that.
yeah, that one's a little complicated. But he wouldn't be able to use mango, for instance, to end up forcing mango to end up, giving him any spells. But
Yeah, because wasn't that part of a
if
spell itself?
yeah, if he was to, however, pick up like a magic sword, he could still use the magic sword type of thing, like if it's a tool.
Yeah.
But having anybody specifically cast magic for him now, I don't think would work.
Okay. I think I'd prefer to have the king cut off from magic entirely. Yeah.
Yep.
That's perfectly fine. If that is what you want,
Alright.
Then that is what will happen.
Is that the final decision?
Yeah, that's as far as I can think.
Alrighty then. It is officially put in.
And I will now delete the wish spell from my inventory.
Yes.
There we go.
As you end up doing
It
It has
this,
been declared as so it will be.
as it is written.
God. You were saying, Sushi?
As you end up casting your single and only use that you know that you had the ability just at the edge of your fingertips to use fade away, you feel a wave of nausea come over you, and with legs that you are not entirely used to right now, you can't physically stand anymore. You feel so exhausted that you are nearly about to pass out. It's only with sheer will that you're able to end up staying awake.
What happened? What just happened?
He can't use magic anymore.
What did you do? I will say over the table, Glimmer had nothing to do with this.
I had to cut off the connection to my real body.
But does that... What is that? Are you okay?
Yes. Just really, really tired. That was a really big spell. And I'm
Yeah.
actually fully here now. It's like I wasn't fully here before.
I guess that means it worked?
Did.
If that's all settled then, if you'll excuse me for a while.
Goes and
I'm
starts
just going to go into
destroying
the cave,
everything again.
nudge the corpses out of the way, and just scream in the cave.
Can I ask Glimmer to make an insight check real quick?
I will do that. I got an 8.
Oh! I'm gonna let you have
Can I
advantage.
just fucking... Okay, fine. I'll have 19.
You see the body of Sword has a somewhat devastated look on her face, but she turns her head, definitely about to cry.
What? Are you really okay?
Well, not entirely. You know, I'm probably never gonna have my body back, and I'm gonna be a scavenger for the rest of my days, but
I mean,
for the greater good.
you're
I can live
technically
with that.
also immortal in that body, aren't you?
Sword flinches.
Yeah. Yeah, the good news is, at least there's 2 of us that can't die now. So, Elm, I'm gonna have Elm come up.
Just had the stupidest thought.
Hit me.
Oh boy.
But
Your wife's even bigger now.
Oh my
Wait a
god.
minute.
time to go spelunking.
Sorry, honey, but we're in a lesbian relationship now. Also, you're a necrophiliac. Necrophile.
That was the stupidest thought I ever had, I swear.
Yeah.
Not to ruin this very intense
Nah.
moment.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. That was great.
Very intense moment with one of the party members just off, just screaming in a cave because she's so goddamn stressed at this point.
Very
She
tense
doesn't know
moment.
what's
In the
going
background.
on.
Unholy screaming. Meanwhile, the fucking relationship dynamic switched from a normal, healthy relationship to you're a lesbian and I'm a corpse.
I'm alive though, right? I'm semi-alive.
Rotten corpse.
I'm undead. That means I'm half alive.
At what point does it? At what point is it necrophilia? At which point does it stop? Is it not necrophilia? Like, is there specifically a fetish or?
I can't understand a word you're saying, man.
He's
Oh,
laughing too
God.
much. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a difference between necrophilia and screwing an undead creature?
Yes.
Vampires.
Oh, fair.
God,
There's a difference between a rotting corpse and something that can't die due to. Well, I mean, okay, technically a vampire would be dead and then come back to life immediately, but there's no rot. There's a certain that becomes too much.
There's a level.
Anyways,
Moving on swiftly.
please.
So, yeah. I can't imagine that's very good to have done that. Does that mean you'll even have magic at all once you get back to your own body? If
I'm not
you
sure.
do?
I have no clue. But at this point, it's possible I won't be able to get back to my own body.
Well, hey, wasn't there a big crystal in that room? Do you think that might have anything to do with it? Because
Maybe it did.
because don't people who die near those crystals get put into them?
Yeah, but I was shoved out of my own body. How could that have happened?
You were exposed to those crystals before. Maybe something happened there.
But we all were, weren't we?
Animus magic.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but you were the one that killed him. That's a little more than we did. Mango, could it work like that?
I don't think so. I'm
Aren't
trying
you planning
to...
to kill him too?
Yeah, but
Flat tone.
yeah. Back to Mango.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think of anything that might have ended up causing this to happen. But I can't.
The previous king, maybe? Why are you pacing so much?
I gotta get used to these new legs, baby.
Moving on quickly.
I'll think of previous wishes that I gave other kings. I'll try to think.
Listen, I know there's an enormous amount of pressure on all of us, and you especially, with having to think about all this. But please, don't think yourself in circles right now. We don't need you, or anyone for that matter, losing control right now. We have to fix this, and if all else fails, I'm gonna have to go home.
You see Mango. Well, let me roll for it real quick.
Oh, do I need to roll anything?
No, well, maybe. We'll see, depending on what Mango rolls. Yeah.
Wiggles. 20.
Oh
Oh no,
my
20.
gosh. Of all the
At that point,
things
don't
to,
even bother, right?
out of all
You
the
know, it's
things
like
I've
everything is going wrong today.
No, this one went right. This one actually went really right. Like it couldn't have
Okay.
gone more right. I wasn't gonna
Oh,
give
okay.
you the full information like this, but I did roll, and I am a slave of the dice. I must answer.
Very well.
Nice.
Hey, Sushi.
Yes.
Speak.
Speak.
Speak. All right, I'm gonna have to go back over here though. Just
Um,
like right here.
Mango's eyes kind of widen a small little bit. What? Did did Isopod say anything after killing the king?
My body said something about hidden knives and or being more dangerous than
A dragon
do
you
you
can
remember?
see.
Yeah, that. Oh no. That's bad, isn't it?
It's and you see specifically recognition is in his eyes as he looks to the book that you're carrying before flying off.
Wait a minute.
We have to get to him. We have to follow him. And I can't fly.
you
Yeah, I'm just
you
gonna
go to
throw you.
you go stretch your wings and you're like, oh man.
I'm just gonna pick you up and throw you. I'm kidding. You can't die
If it's all
anyways.
chaos fine, she's going to freak out even more.
Glimmer, this is awkward, but can you carry me? Okay.
Sure thing. I'm gonna carry you over there.
Just this is awkward, but can you carry me? Gone.
Yee.
Mango, what's going on?
It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's always been him. It's been him. It's him. It's him. It's him. It's him.
Him who?
It's him. It's it's been him all along. Always all the time. And you just see he keeps going to glance at the book that Glimmer is holding before looking away in fear once more.
Glimmer, put it away.
She's gonna
Mango,
put the book away
are
and
you
then
okay?
put a hand on him. And I invoke the right to not have this person become frightened.
I
Nah,
invoke
joking
my
aside.
power.
Yeah, it's more or less what I'm asking for is just there's definitely a sense of calm that always comes off
Yeah.
of Glimmer no matter what the situation.
I will help calm him down a little bit. He'll still be frightened, but he will be more coherent.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
We can't stop this if we don't know what's even happening to begin with.
His wish was is that his will would always go on. What if the magic specifically didn't make it so he was put into the book because his will would continue even after his death with him stuck there, but control whoever was king?
Sword clenches her fists. And she screams in frustration. And apparently eats herself a little bit away.
What? You're telling me that this is the same person we've been talking to through the book?
I don't know. I, I granted the wish, but I'm not entirely certain how exactly it worked. What if that's the case? What if
I'm sure
the
he's not.
king that you knew this whole time was just a king of nothing, and it's
Motherfucker.
been the book the whole time?
Full credits.
Roll the credits. He said the name. It's the Invincible show.
God. All right. So it's at this point that Glimmer's going to angrily take the book out and throw it down. It opens in the process. Explain.
It takes a little while, but eventually you see the words begin to cross the page. Well, I suppose it had to come out at some time. I've never been asleep.
I noticed.
I've always been awake. It doesn't matter
know.
if you close me or not.
You did a good job pretending.
Because of you! Points angrily at book. I'm no longer my body! I should destroy you right now.
Can you?
Unfortunately.
Actually, since it is Isopod's will, would that still count? For anything?
So basically, your physical actions are the ones being controlled. Your own will
Right.
still exists. Isopod is the king currently. But with that being said, your physical actions are controlled, not your will. So for that reason, you have control over Sword, which is what gives you your character movement and everything you could do right now. However, his will is the thing that's controlling your physical actions and your words.
Does that simultaneously make them both the king?
Kind of, sort of, technically.
Like, the reason I ask is because of the fact that Isopod himself does, in fact, over the table, have royal blood in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, would his will and Sword's body be able to destroy the book?
Over
If
the
she
table? No. Since Sword doesn't have the royal blood running through the veins, it wouldn't work.
Fair enough. I'm still gonna have her try.
It's starts punching the book.
I don't think that's going to work.
Even if it doesn't work, it's good stress relief.
Yeah. You know, I gotta admit, that's kind of badass.
Frosted Pine eventually comes out of the cave. Where'd everyone go?
She's just wandering that maze of the cave at the moment. Just.
So I
You wanna
realized.
try?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Mango, I realized you're answering more questions than you were able to before. Is that?
I think maybe because Isopod is the king. My will is more than it, or her Isopod's will is more than the other one's was, and my mouth's open more, I guess is the right word.
Well, I
Wait, so
have heard
does
that
this
I
mean
am very stubborn.
Wait, so does this mean that now Icepod can essentially give Mango orders in terms of using magic?
Indeed, Isopod can.
Even through Sword?
Yes.
Woo!
So
Wait a minute. Hey, wait. I'm gonna have Glimmer look at the book again. So, what was the point of tricking us this whole time? What did that serve?
Having you carry me around, I get a lot more information than just sitting in some dirty old well.
So, are you actually in this book?
I actually am, yes. That as much is true. It's better in here Not physically, mind you. It's basically like living in a black void, but people basically can't touch me. I'm immune to assassinations.
feel
I
what happens to the
control
book, though?
every king.
Can you feel what happens to the book?
Sort of. I mean, I don't have pain. I don't have pleasure for that matter either. One of the few things I miss, I
I don't
suppose.
care. Sword rips a page out of the book.
you try to rip a page and it's just not.
It's just like rubber. It stretches and then snaps back into place.
You suck.
Stab it. Stab it with all your might.
Yeah.
He's bound to feel the pain of something sharp trying to penetrate his skin.
That's great.
So, we're at an impasse, huh? We were talking to you this whole time when we were talking to what we thought was the current leader of this land.
Or ex-leader, really. And now
more,
current.
more or less, yes. A bit more complicated, but as a simplistic answer, it works.
And all of this, for what? Did you ever intend to try to fix whatever the problem is here?
No, my entire plan was to invade your land and to claim a spot of my own. I long ago, way before the current kings, lost any form of faith in possibly fixing whatever this damnable music box is.
But you could still... You're still so blind. No matter how many king's eyes you see through, or how many lives you have to end in order to get what you want, you're still just a book.
And yet he has control of my body now.
I am the most powerful being that has ever existed at this point. Does it look, well, I suppose I don't have a face to give you any expressions, but does it seem like I care? I do what it is that I want. I always have. Mango understands this. Mango's frightened of me.
Yet you're just...
You're just a pathetic bully hiding behind what you think is power. What you think is strength.
Yeah, we just as easily stripped you of all the power you just gained within, what, 2 hours, 3 hours? You're just a dragon now, so what?
Perhaps, but I still have my tools, and at this point I think it's time that I deploy it. I hope all the people on your continent are as smart as all of you are. I'll give you that much. You all smart. And as this is being written out slowly, you end up seeing hands that look demonic and whatnot begin to slowly claw its way out of the book. If you've seen any horror movies, it's like the paint on the walls that end up kind of being pushed out as a face, and hands
And I
are
stab at the
seen.
hands in the face as it comes out.
Yeah, and you just ah!
Can I try to just also at the
Suck.
same time slam the book shut?
You may if you like, and as you do so, both of you, the hand starts poking its way out through the pages as you begin to see its form kind of begin to make its way out.
Not allowed.
No, stop! Bad, bad! It starts
This
squirting
is-
it like a
Okay,
cat.
What is this?
Bad demonic book. Not allowed.
Mango, can you stop this? Anyway, anything?
He shakes his head, and eventually, as the head comes out, the vision that you saw, those eyes, begin to make its way out of the book, and you recognize those eyes as it eventually pulls its way completely out and stands before
Glimmer
you.
is backed up by now.
You can
I
hear the neck crack as it ends up kind of doing so. Let me see if I can't find the dragon.
freaky dragon time.
Yeah, that dragon that I
Yeah.
ended up
Yeah.
using for the other one. See if I can't find it.
A sword covers eyes and groans in terror. This is Isopod through sword after all. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is it? Is it even here? It should be somewhere. It's not on this one, it's on the other campaign, so I'm having to look because I did not prepare.
For the record, I would like to state over the table, yes, in fact, I do regard Dust as being far, far more intelligent than Glimmer.
That
Jeez.
sounds so ironic, honestly.
It is. It is very ironic.
Let's...
And so obviously Frostbite has no idea that all this is... She's just deep in the recesses of the cave at this point, just...
Yeah, like even in their character sheets, Duststorm has a higher intelligence score.
Yeah. Hey, Mango, are you sure there's nothing you can do to make this stop? Or even slow him down?
I can't find it, so we're gonna use this one.
Okay. Please slow it down. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I am your
It's a
king.
fish.
Make him slow down.
Eventually, this thing makes its way out, and it looks at the lot of you as it cracks its neck a little bit.
Don't do that.
So, I suppose I'm finally unleashed after all these years. It's taken a long time.
Glimmer's just going to stare.
Who are you?
Me? I don't exactly have a name. Though...
I said what, not who.
Oh, what? Well, I'm an animus creation, I guess would be a good term. A tool.
Interesting how where you are. How do
No,
you
no.
work then, tool?
I grant wishes. Whatever it is that the person wants. However, with that being said, unfortunately, you three are not my targets. I'm not going to be granting any of you wishes. No, I
Well,
have
that's good.
targets
I don't-
on the continent that you all come from.
Like who?
I don't come from the same continent as them, to be completely fair.
Well, from everything that I've been given, the queens are my main targets. However, it's come to his attention there are a few more people there as well that I need to go and also grant some wishes to.
Like who?
Oh, let's see. One of the names is, I believe he said Dust. There was another one that was, that seems to change. I'm not entirely certain,
His
but
eyes just widen.
yes, and
Oh no.
they change names fairly regularly. I have to go to that one. That one's a bit powerful. And then there's one other. Believe, if I'm not mistaken, that one's name is Scarab.
Lady Scarab? Just kidding.
No, lady...
I was
But
making a
that sounds
joke.
like something Isopod would actually say, though.
I
Like,
know,
wait,
I know. I
Lady
was
Scarab,
making
huh?
I was making a joke over the table.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no. Isopod's like, wait, Lady Scarab, she's not on that continent, is she? What is
No, not
she? Continent?
that one. It's another one.
Uh,
Now then, if you don't mind, I have some wishes to go and grant. I will leave you to everything that you have here.
Could you at least do us the courtesy of at the very least not existing? I'm kidding. I don't know.
Ah, if only.
Icepod. Oh, not Icepod. Mango. You can't slow him down at least, or make him stop existing. That'd be great. Please.
Mango shakes his head. I can't do that. Not to him, no. He exists so long as this book exists.
Excuse me for a minute.
Everyone's just going and
Just came back.
screaming in different areas.
Hold on a moment. Give me like 2 seconds here. I gotta look through my character sheet before anything proceeds. Yes, I'm using the power to stop time.
Ah, yes, the ultimate wizard power. I think sorcerers
Yes.
get access to it as well, but I'm not certain.
Somewhat.
Can I use banishment on this creature?
You could. It'll last just as long as you end up, having it active.
I will do that. Bonk.
I believe it's gone for 1 minute.
Yep.
Wait. You
What?
said last time that no magic affected it.
Oh no,
When we did the session 1. Or
magic
0 or whatever.
magic affects it, but nothing is permanent.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't kill it. Y'all tried
Okay,
killing
okay.
it at one point.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, so while it's banished, Sword looks at Glimmer.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
I don't know.
Its
Oh,
target
jeez.
is very, very important. It's another animus.
Another Anna. Was this your best friend you were talking about?
Yes. Very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful.
Do you trust her?
Yes. I have all the stuff that I do because of her.
Well, sounds like we can't do anything about it. God. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I know I didn't trust that book for a reason. I should have followed my instincts to not trust that book.
I don't know why I brought it with, but I think we're screwed. I think we fucked up. I think we fucked up big time. Oh, by the moons. It's too late to send a message. It's morning.
You know anyone who sleeps during the day?
No, not really.
Well, one, they take nap times.
Yeah, true, technically.
You should. Okay. So how far away is your continent from here?
Insert distance here.
About 2 weeks travel, roughly,
By
should be
boat
able to-
or by air?
by boat.
Okay.
What about by air?
Are you going to fly for 2 weeks? Or at least 1
Well,
week?
we still technically also do have the thing that we didn't get to loot from the mansion that I was told I would get if I looted the mansion. Or do I have that?
What? I'm trying to remember what you're talking about.
You last time I got this helm of teleportation and you said I could have it from the mansion.
Yeah,
Or something.
absolutely. If you wanted to end up, we'll say you grabbed it on your way out. If you
Okay,
wanted, you
snatched
could
random
use
object.
the helm of teleportation. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna hold this thing out. Like, to Mango. Mango, I is a little human-sized helmet. I saw this thing on the way out. It kind of grabbed my attention. Do you know what this is?
I made that a long time ago for one of the kings. They wanted to be able to see any subject they wanted at any point. It lets you go places.
What kind of places?
Any place that you're kind of familiar with. The less familiar you are with it, the more likely is to mess up, though.
Well, I know one place. I really think we should just put this book in the back of this cave and then collapse it before we leave, though.
Oh, well, that was rude of
Oh.
you.
We needed time.
Yeah, we, sorry,
We need more time. Disappear again.
just do it,
I could. I'm gonna do it.
I need more time.
Nothing personal. He says it right as the guy disappears.
Okay,
And then when
so-
he's gone, he Sword looks over. It's very personal.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. Okay, that's great. Okay, so what I'm getting is, how many, does it just move me, or what?
It moves up to a normal amount of people who is a part of a royal guard. 8.
Oh, that's perfect. There's definitely less than that. Okay. We need to go home. Get back to my home. That's where the invasion's going first. And say something, do something.
Who all are we bringing? Are we bringing everybody?
I suppose, yeah, it would make sense. We can always come back here, I guess. I am
Mantis
pretty
is here.
yeah, I am pretty familiar with all of it, the areas around here now. I think I can get us back, and if not, I mean, at least you know the area.
I'm gonna be honest. It's probably in very poor taste to bring headless dragon.
Yeah, we should probably do something about that.
Could I
Hey.
minor illusion ahead?
Yeah. You know what? Sure. You minor illusion ahead. It is static and it doesn't really move, but it's ahead.
Yeah, by the way, you look like a corpse. No offense.
I look at myself. Oh yeah, I do. I mean, to be fair, this body was kind of a corpse.
Yeah, no kidding.
You did find a pretty fresh one, although, you do look more like vampire where you're very pale.
Really, Mango, could you do something about that?
If Isopod ended up commanding me, I could end up, making it so that
Wait.
way they don't look dead.
Wait a minute. Can you make me look like my old self?
I could, yes. I suppose I could probably end up building you a body again, although I think Sword's Mind's in there too.
It might be hard to separate that, given the complexity. I mean, at the very least, it might make things easier to explain later.
It might.
And Mantis might not have to suffer as much.
Yeah, she's not looking too good over there. Then again, who would look too good when they see their husband in the body of a female scavenger
Corpse.
corpse? A female scavenger corpse.
Yeah, so I guess, and I'm assuming it's not going to be a demand, Mango. We don't do that. At least I don't.
Uh,
Wouldn't.
Does it have to be a command?
I think so. It was, I guess, never asked before.
Then let me ask you. Will you please I'll give me at least a body that looks like my old self again.
He nods and goes to try and use his magic, and you slowly begin to feel yourself kind of change. we will count this as a form of kind of like the druid
Wild shape?
wild shape.
Hit me.
Cool. So if you ever get knocked, if you ever lose all your HP and go unconscious, you just turn back into your human self, and I believe stay conscious. Right?
More or less. We will count sword as only having 1 hit point for this case, just so that way,
Okay.
you know, it's
You don't
not
get 2 extra. It's
2 full
basically
health bars.
1 extra. Yeah, it's 1 extra max HP, technically speaking.
Yeah. And that's how we'll kind of count it. We'll count it as a druid wild shape, where you're able to transition back and forth.
Woo.
Well, that's disturbing to watch happen in real time.
Icepod looks at himself to make sure everything's in order.
Ugh,
But
twice.
Come on!
Make it go away. Please.
Please. I've already been away a long time. Can we
I
just
also
why
can't
we're
do it
having
anymore.
avoid
it's been
this?
2 minutes. Like, okay.
I've been in a book for a long time, waiting for my chance to get out in order to do things again.
You
Now-
enjoy doing what you're told to do?
I
That's
suppose
a very good question.
in a way I do. I don't disenjoy it. I get to end up completing people's wills, and then I get to end up using what it is that I gain off of them.
And that is
The souls.
what?
Of course. Animus magic yet again!
What do you do with that?
I use them.
Of course you do. Wait, use them how? That sounded very ominous. How do you use these souls?
My lips are sealed on that one. Sorry.
I'm gonna immediately. Oh, I can't. The zone of truth wouldn't do anything. Yeah.
Guys, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Damn.
Now then, if you don't
Just
mind,
on the other hand,
I
yes.
have
Anyway.
a very long journey ahead of me.
Yeah,
begins
enjoy
to-
swimming.
Make his way.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
I guess we have no choice but to let him go. I mean,
I don't think we could stop him if we wanted to. Unfortunately. He kind of
hey,
paused over there.
there's just a.
I think he's enjoying the view before he leaves to cause more chaos and destruction over there.
I hope he was just taking his time, honestly. Like, if that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah.
I wish you'd take your time.
Yeah.
I mean, taking his time implies that he could take his time as he wishes, so he could just teleport there instantly. It's like, my time is now.
I wish you'd go half speed of what you're currently going.
Now
But for
then,
how long?
Forever.
Anyway,
so
all joking aside, I will say over the table, damn it!
Yeah. Indeed.
I had a feeling this was gonna happen for a long time, and I wanted to let you have it happen, so that's why I had to grab the book.
there was a potential you could end up stopping campaign 2, and I'd have to make a different campaign 2, but it didn't work out that way.
Dang.
Okay, so is it something that we're allowed to know over the table that would have been that wouldn't ruin the second campaign?
If Isopod in their original body had ended up, destroying the book, it would have, stopped
That's
campaign 2.
possible?
It would have. I mean, that
He's
was
royal blood.
yeah, he was royal blood. If Isopod had destroyed it prior, it would have stopped campaign 2.
Now here's the sucky part. I had thought about it several times, but also had to have him having a self-conflict between doing that and not doing it.
For what reason would there be a self-conflict about it?
He didn't want people to know of his lineage.
And if
That's-
Frostbite had been allowed to bring it up, I just never got a chance.
You also failed on a couple rules, unfortunately.
You never
Yeah.
got to
Yeah,
even figure it out in the
because-
first place to bring it up, so.
Yeah, because obviously the dice absolutely hate me.
Roll 20
Yeah,
hates you
dice-
massively.
The dice hate us everywhere we go. Today has been
Yeah.
like the worst possible session imaginable.
For dice in
rolls.
particular, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. There's still more of this campaign to go. That, like Frostbite, it's going to take a bit of work for Frostbite to just get back to like a good point, because at this point she just feels fucking useless.
I mean, fair enough. Glimmer failed again and again and again, and still fucked up in the end by even having brought that book with. So, what?
Frost will feel like Glimmer still contributed more than she ever did.
Say that again?
At this point, Frostbite is going to feel like Glimmer contributed more than she ever did.
Fair enough. So, what do we do now? She's asking the group. And where's Pine?
Hey, Glimmer,
Yeah,
can you tell me a little bit about your friend?
not in front of that book.
Okay, fine. He picks up the book and throws it away, like over the cliff.
I gotta pull out the book. Hang on.
He can't hear you anymore.
I'm gonna also, I'm gonna use the help action to give pointers on how to throw it better.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
Would that be a strength check?
Pick it up and
Now you can just get advantage on it with help action.
boop. It gets thrown.
It is thrown. But
Is that far enough, DM?
It cannot hear you from that distance.
Good to know.
good.
So, one of the names is Ocelot.
I take it
She's
that's the original name.
yeah. She's a rainwing. You may have heard something about her at some point, but I don't know. She's relatively relatively powerful.
Right.
Definitely scares me, honestly. A lot more than any of this ever did, to be honest with you.
Impressive.
She's
You
more
think
powerful than
she's-
she lets herself be.
What does that mean? More powerful than she lets herself be.
If something happened like what happened to you, I don't doubt that her level of magic would far exceed anything we've seen here so far. She is viciously smart. You've seen the little bit of magic I can do. Some of that was a gift from her.
Smart. Then is she easily manipulated?
Bit better than she used to be, but somewhat.
You think she'd fall for any tricks then?
Glimmer
Close
is
in the
just gonna
distance at the weird dragon.
Glimmer is just gonna make a face like she wants to say no, but she can't say no without lying. Yeah, I think she would, unfortunately. We have to do something to warn her. She can turn into other kinds of dragons, mostly the
Kinds?
Pyrian dragons. Yes, she has one form that looks like me, actually, called Bright Eyes, Nightwing, like me, just different colors and a little skinnier.
Icepod can't help but snort a little bit. Bright eyes, that's on the nose, isn't it? Even for a
It is.
Nightwing name.
It is. It's Glimmer's got like a weird kind of. It's just a weird expression that no matter what you guys roll, you're not going to be able to understand what this exactly means without knowing exactly what's happening.
Still make a roll.
You can certainly try.
Insight?
You may certainly do that.
Oh, everything's perfectly fine. I don't notice the weird expression at all. In fact, that's a perfectly normal expression.
It makes sense considering that it looks like almost exactly like her, you know? There's nothing weird happening there.
It's not weird at all.
Yeah.
Just happens. Shit happens, you know?
She's something. I've spoken to her a few times using the Dream Visitor, and she's actually working with that guy, Dust, that was mentioned, so they know each other. I've never met Dust myself, but from what I do know, he works on the opposite side of the law from me. It's a complicated situation, but they're both trying to do good in some way.
So, are we headed back to your home?
Do you think we can do anything else here, honestly?
I don't think so. The people who are trying to stop the king, well, I don't know if you'd want to end up killing your original body if you want to fight, or if that would even be any good considering what the thing can do.
Well, I
It might
think
just be a loop if I try. Considering what happened before.
I might have an idea. There's can someone be tricked into destroying the book if they're of royal blood?
They could, I guess, yeah.
It seems like it would have to be incredibly precise. Perhaps a lure.
The
Trick
book
them into
is
attacking
aware.
and then get the book.
The book is aware of where it is, I'm assuming. So it would be really hard to get the king in your body to do it.
Oh, what if you took it back to the queens that you have?
Well,
They are royal blood.
my queen is of royal blood.
Well,
As royal as
both
it gets
queens?
for. Well, not.
They are, if they are a queen, they are royal.
Yes,
Therefore they have
but
royal blood.
That's fair. I know that she's directly descended of royal. There's some cases I know of where not all of them are, but for the most part, yes. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm over the table. I'm a little stupid.
Glimmer be like,
Yeah, yeah. Glimmer is speaking over the table. I'm a little stupid.
I've got no input.
Fair enough. What are you? Where is Pine actually? Is she just still sitting in there?
Yeah, just in the cave, just exploring.
What's the ping? Where's the ping tool again?
It's over your character.
You okay, Aaron?
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. It's like, honestly,
you can come join us.
Yeah, that'd be great. You know.
To let your
Honestly,
actually included.
like Frostbite, she just doesn't know what to think and doesn't have anything to contribute at this point. Like,
She's missed so much stuff at this point that she
Yeah.
might know what to think if she was involved.
Yeah.
honestly, this one
In
she
fact-
would just be like, I have nothing that I can do because I have no, because like it's up Whatever happens is up to the magic users. Just, I don't know.
Well, input is input.
Well, there's still one
Regardless of
session
yeah.
after
We'll get
this.
back to
I
life here.
figured you guys were going to be heading back over to the mainland anyways. That's where the next
Yeah.
section of the story is, where all the war is happening.
Yeah, true. I will tell you. I'm gonna talk to you about something after this session officially ends.
That's okay.
Sushi.
You're definitely going to want to end up talking to me after this because there's still something you
What?
haven't realized yet.
No,
Oh, God.
no.
Is it extremely obvious?
You threw a book, and the book's not there anymore.
What?
You know,
Oh my god, it's not.
who the
Oh no.
man? Well, you can't just do that. We threw it off a cliff and just left it. And you're gonna have that dude take the book and disappear. I was zoomed in. How do you want me to look at that?
Right? Dang.
I'm not the one who threw it, though.
Hey, listen to me real quick. Listen to me. I'm going to invoke the power of God-proof Dan to manifest that book back where it was.
I do have God-proof Dan on the map somewhere.
Oh
If
my
I
god.
find
that's
him
so
in the next 30 seconds, can I have the book back where it was?
I will be very nice if you find him in the next 30 seconds.
All right. Is he anywhere near us right now?
No.
funny.
He is
Okay.
he is in the same map tiles, but he is not near you.
Okay.
Um.
Okay, so he's in the dungeon area.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
just.
You
Not the
you
not
found
one you're
the
looking for,
the
but
ice
there's
dragon.
a different
Good.
thing.
Okay, I pulled this thing too low. Where's it at? There. Come on, brain function. God, why did I decide to do this? Worth a shot. That's not God-proof, Dan. That's a green thing. Okay. There's Ice Dragon. He's God-proof. Found him. He's right here.
There you go. You found God-proof Dan. I'll be
I
nice.
went through
Yeah.
the whole cave for that, by the way. Thank you very much.
I'll put the
Impressive.
book down for you. There you go.
All right. I am gonna have my character distracted for a bit.
Yeah. You watch
But you-
as the coral, the weird being is reaching down to grab the book as you notice.
I'm gonna go ahead and can I where's the measurement tool at again? I want to see how far away I am from the book.
Bottom right.
Okay. Oh, there it is. No, yes. Okay, how does this work?
You click just once
yeah.
and
Okay. Oh, I can just misty step over to it. I'm gonna poof
Do it.
to it, plop, grab the book, and then just fly back.
Just not
Nope.
allowed.
No, sir, not happening. Thank you.
and you fly
can't go
back
up. Okay. I'm sorry to derail things like that, but nuh-uh, sir, that's not fair.
Yeah, I'm not the one who threw it.
I know, but like, I still don't think it's cool.
I yeeted it because I thought the guy was gone.
You can at least give us a chance to roll and see if we notice it.
Right?
Like,
That-
I'm
I use
cool with
pass-
that happening with
I
any
use-
other kind of thing.
That's
Oh,
what
you did?
passive perception is.
Oh, that's what you did.
I didn't hear
okay.
you. Because if I'd heard you, I would have said 16.
Yeah, it was passive. He rolled a natural 20 plus what he naturally had
Oh.
as dexterity.
All right. Well, for
Okay.
the record, I will never invoke God-proof Dan again.
That's
I
okay.
have used his
Yeah.
power to
God-proof-
defy you one time.
Godproof Dan isn't
I
in
know.
campaign
As
2.
Smiley joined everyone, she just looks dejected.
Godproof Dan is just a diet wish spell.
Yeah, God-proof Dan has lost his powers.
Yeah.
You can now
Anyways.
delete God-proof Dan.
Godproof.
Anyways, Isopod goes over to Pine. Actually, Isopod now. I was like, hey, what's wrong?
I'm just staying out of the way so that those who actually
sorry.
have magic and actually useful magic items can actually do something.
Hey, what kind of talk is that coming from you?
I've tried everything that I can to try and make things better, to try and stop everything that's going to happen, but what you say is all this strength when I can't even stop.
May I cut in?
Yes.
I'm going to have Isopod slap at her to get her attention. Do I need to make a check? Like an athletics?
No.
Okay.
No, she'll just look at Icebot dejected, all dejected. Like also she wasn't here for him being turned from like the sword body into the Icebot body. It just seems like she doesn't care anymore.
And he grabs her face and make her look at him in his eyes. So she knows he is serious. Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. So he does that. And he kind of growls, not in like an angry way, but more of a frustrated, this is a shitty day kind of way. Did you not see what I did? I completely screwed us over. And besides that, just because I have magic doesn't mean that you can't help.
Look at me. Look at all the stuff I have, all these magic items. I've made things worse every step of the way. It makes things worse to have magic.
I just don't know what I can do anymore.
You can go and fight. There's plenty of people to kill.
There's plenty of people to protect.
Any difference you can make at this point, we need to figure out what to do. And hey, for that matter, I got this book again. I'm gonna catch her up to speed on everything that's happened, like without having to tell, because whatever. And it can listen to us, even when it's
It has been this
closed.
whole time.
Yes, it has. And I think if we leave it anywhere, it's sorry.
I'm gone.
No, she was just saying, of course that all happened.
Yes. Hey, over the table, could we have Mango make a bag of holding to put this thing in? Because that would prevent it from having any form of senses.
It would.
You could indeed. You could have Mango magic you up one.
Indeed.
Pod turns to me and goes, hey, could you make us a bag that'll prevent this book from hearing us? Like a soundproof bag. Actually, no, while it's soundproof, can you also make sure it holds like a lot of stuff? That would be awesome.
Just like a space, like you know how you know what Isopod does to poof people away temporarily, right? Like something like that. But
less
permanently,
temporary.
That way we could just take it back out if we need it. But
Yeah, like a pocket dimension of sorts.
He thinks a little bit, and to make it just a little bit more interesting, he kind of creates a book, and he ends up holding out the book as well as a bookmark. Here, put whatever you want on the pages, and only the bookmark will let you put them in or take them out.
Interesting.
Books are such a weird concept. I like scrolls better.
Yeah, they are. But, you know, there's this leafwing that I heard about that really likes making them. It's really quite odd. But I heard they're very good books. Anyways, thank you, Mango. He takes the book.
Aren't you from a land that predominantly is the creator of books as they are modern?
I was raised by sea wings mostly.
Oh, fair enough.
So he takes the book, and then he takes the book, and then he puts the book inside the book.
With the book.
Yeah.
You
And he
put
closes
your
the book that holds the book.
you put your left foot in, you take your left foot out, you put your left foot in, you shake it all about.
Well, about
Not real,
that's
and
how
you
you
feel
do
the gravity of the
hokey pokey.
situation.
And that's what it's all about.
Depression!
Alright,
Your
guys.
Wii got cut off.
Oh well. Anyways, now that we're able to talk in privacy,
Are we sure that it can't hear us through that, Mango?
I mean, it's in another place. You can see it on the page, but it's in another place.
I did make sure to mention it's soundproof too, didn't I?
Well, I'd imagine. Fair enough.
Yeah. That'll work.
Okay. Well, in that case, we really fucked up this time.
No.
I... Before anything else, I want to apologize for my foolish actions. I really did think I was going to fix things with that trick I did. Instead, I made it worse.
Yeah, you're good.
You did what you thought was best. You had no idea.
And I did know that, and I knew that neither of you would agree to it, so I had to go a little bit rogue to try to do what I thought was best. And I really did think it would free these people to do that.
For what it's worth, I really do consider you a friend.
That surprises me. Not because of what I said. I didn't really mean the things I said. About...
Okay.
Yeah, that was the point. But it's because of how I've been acting. And this time, the apology is a lot more sincere. It's not just a shut you up apology, like the last one was.
Yeah,
I really do
not
see how much I messed up.
we all ruined a very good thing with what we did here. We could have fixed this if it was possible to fix it at all.
Isopod looks away, and then he sighs. Unfortunately, it would have been. In my old body.
I guess the perspective difference of being stuck in a body that isn't yours with someone else who's in a body that isn't alive in the shape of your old body, it can mess with you.
No. What I mean is, do you remember what the book said about its destruction?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd heard a lot of rumors, mostly from my Seawing family, that I was related to the Seawing royal bloodline.
What? Really?
Well, looks like
Well,
my
no
suspicions were
Hivewing
correct.
knows. Well, no Hivewing has magic. And as far as I'm aware, the Seawing royal bloodline are the only ones who actually have animus magic.
Well,
I put two and two together when I was much younger. Well, not when I was much younger, but after I had developed my powers.
That's
I didn't really think about it at first.
guess
That
that
maybe I could have actually done something.
So I have a
Sorry.
question, says Sword from Isopod's quote unquote body.
and what's that?
Uh, h- how long am I going to live now that we are a dragon?
Well, Mango?
It's kind of like your original body, however long you would have lived now, I suppose. How how long do you normally live? I'm not a good subject on that since I've been alive for well over a few thousand years now.
There's one rain wing where I'm from that's about 800 years old, but he's a rare case too. Kind of a similar thing, actually. Made himself accidentally immortal, and there's other cases, a couple 100 years old at most.
Sword using Isopod's body is kind of nodding a small little bit. Right, well, I guess that gives me a long time to get used to. Looks at the wings and the tail, and then eventually slowly looks down between his legs now.
That might
Oh,
make certain intimate things awkward.
that's unfortunate.
I don't think I ever had something like. I'm gonna stop talking now.
We should
Yeah,
probably see if we can make you a different body. He
I don't
says
know if they can be
between that.
separated. That would be, from what I can understand of what I can understand of magic as it is at the moment, that might be really dangerous to even try.
Eventually, then, if it's ever possible to do it safely.
I'm gonna see if we can contact Ocelot, if we can figure something out, but maybe that other dragon I was talking about, he's also an animus. Maybe he knows something, but I don't know how useful he'll be. He's genuinely insane.
Most dragons that live that old would be, I assume.
It's not his
Mango
age that's the problem.
Yeah, it's his magic.
Mango nods a little bit. So we're going back to your island then? To this queen of yours? Are they a good queen?
Very, very good queen. The best one that we could ever hope for, honestly. Queen of two tribes, not just the one, which is
Still quite
unheard of.
impressive.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, uh,
actually saved me and my kind from an actively exploding volcano.
are they like would you say they're some of the greatest dragons? One of the last wishes that I was told I had to grant was to um, make some of the people who were the most dangerous to the plan sick.
What do
A
you mean?
minute.
Wait, what
Well,
do you mean by that?
one of the last wishes before everything was to make people who were the most dangerous to the plans the king had kind of quietly pass away to make them sick and whatnot.
My queen is sick right now and dying right now, and you did this?
It's what I was told I had to do. That's what he wanted. I
Can we
You're done.
can we fix that?
yeah. Now that Isopod is king,
Isopod, come here. I'm gonna relay the information. You 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 could fix this now, please. Please do that.
Wait. Fix what exactly? I forgot.
I said I relayed the info. All important. Okay, Mango, rehash the information.
the last wish that the last king gave was to quietly get rid of everybody who would be a hindrance, specifically the greatest of hindrances to the plans that he had. One of the targets, unbeknownst, was Queen Glory, who has been sick and dying and is quite literally days away from death at this point.
Yeah, we wouldn't even be able
Also,
to make it back there if we travel normally.
I accidentally squared up on Mango. Oops.
it's a mango. Ah, mango. I'm angry, mango.
We'll fix.
Mango. Undo that spell, please. He's kind of shaking.
He nods
As
and completes the spell. And that is where we will leave it this time. Before I end, though, I would like to say, good job, Glimmer. You didn't fail. It took 10 episodes, a little over 40 hours, but you've done it. You actually did complete one thing that you were sent out to do.
I didn't fail every single thing.
You did it.
Yeah.
Good job. But that is where we will end this. That'll be our cliffhanger before we go back home for the next episode, where we will potentially have our final little bit of campaign before we get into campaign 2. Thank you guys all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like and comment. Catch our Twitches every other Sunday that we post this. We'll catch you guys next time.